Hi, this is MacEachern / Karmakin. This is another League of Legends gameplay video. Today we're just going to be going over a ARAM map. This stands for All Random All Mid. Basically, it is a one-lane 5-on-5 team battle. I kind of really enjoy this mode. It tends to be a little bit lower stress, and it provides a lot more team fights, which is really what I enjoy playing in the game. Basically, how this works is when you start the game, you're going to get a random champion. Every once in a while you'll get the ability to re-roll the champion. This is based upon how many champions you own. So, say for every champion you own, you get a point at the end of the game. Every 100 points gives you a re-roll. So you can get re-rolls. It depends on the number of champions you have. I'm a little bit slower to get to the lane that I would like. And the reason for that is I was just making sure to capture some stuff for the video. But usually you want to buy as fast and get to the middle with the team. Here I am, I'm Janna. Janna is actually a very good choice for ARAM. I usually like having any sort of poke champion, and poke champions, especially in this early part that you see, we're basically just kind of lined up against the opponents, and we're throwing out pokes left and right. You can see Lux throwing the bind, you can see Ashe with her volley, Jace with his shock combo. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm dropping down these tornadoes. They slowly grow, and they eventually come out. Now you can trigger right away, and they'll come out right away, but they do less damage, they go slower, and they basically have less of a lockup. So I like just charging them up. They're not really aimed. I'm just lobbing them in at the opponent. As you can see, again, we're just still lined up, dodging and everything like that. I'm just continuing to throw in hurricanes, maybe throwing a shield on people as they get hit. We're basically just waiting for them to get low enough for basically an engagement to start. The other thing to watch out for is you may have seen the snowball type thing that just hit our Garen there. That is actually a special summoner skill in this mode. It's called Mark. You throw a snowball, if you hit the opponent, you can also then reactivate the skill and basically do a teleport to the opponent. It helps melee characters get in range, which might be very difficult with all the ranged characters that are around. So basically, again, we're just sitting here waiting for everything to go. We just got a kill, and as you notice, I did up my poke skill first. If this was a one-on-one mode, I might up a different skill first, my shield or the Zephyr to give them things, but in this, you want to be doing as much poke damage as possible. I also set my runes and masteries to be much more mage than support, even though this is normally a support character, because I want to be doing damage. You can see that we just had a health power-up spawn. A lot of the thing in this map is basically kind of controlling the health power-ups. When you see them pop up, give them to someone on your team who needs them, but you want to deny them from your opponents because they go for both players. Okay, this is one important thing here to keep in mind. If you note, the rest of my team is dead, okay? 4 of the opponent's team is alive. It's very important for me here to try and stay alive. The one thing you don't want to get stuck in is a pattern of you being alive and the rest of your team being dead, and then vice versa. You want to wait for your teammates to spawn and then try and do it. So I threw a shield on the tower just to try and defend it a bit, but I'm playing safe. I'm keeping backed up. I do get binded here, and they do get some hits on me, but the rest of the team does come in time. I pop my trinket, speeds up the team, and we're able to chase them down. The goal here is to get the inhibitor. When you get the inhibitor in this mode, it actually still is a big advantage, because think of it like a tug-of-war. You're moving towards their base, and then they move back towards you. But if you get their inhibitor, they have to take extra time to kill the super minions, so it takes longer for them to push back. Our mouth ults were able to push up again after my ult is healing, and we basically just kind of take them out one at a time. We are eventually able to push up and take out the inhibitor. I do believe people start dying at one point, but honestly, it's kind of worth it to get the inhibitor at that point, because you really need to focus on the objectives at this point. And the inhibitor does fall there. We only have 2 people left. Basically, we start running away. They have much more health. Again, My primary goal here is to stay alive. Another thing you may want to do from time to time is actually commit suicide. I picked up the health so the enemies can't pick it up back on the way down, because they most certainly are going to try and march down and take some back. But you'll note they are slowed down drastically by the presence of the super minions. This coming up here is quite important. You can see we're actually up a person. The opposition decides to try and go in on us. However, we're kind of able to get them very low. We're able to push ahead. As you can see, they will push right back out against us. This will actually choose to be their undoing. They should have just stead back and basically let them come to us. What happened is that their tanks decided to come up after me. As you'll see here, I kind of got into their face. Their Mundo, their Lee Sin are coming chasing me. Our Jinx is in the back there just taking down their turrets. This was a major mistake by them, and this really is the reason that they lost. They're coming after me. I'm able to just keep ahead of them, shielding myself, slowing them down, keeping Jinx takes 10-1 turret. Ashe is back there trying to hold that off, but that doesn't work. I'm able to, again, shield myself, and my teammate coming up from behind is able to kill the tanks, and I still live. For that, we were able to get both of the enemy turrets, and basically that's really what gave us the game. From there, because it's a tug-of-war, we still have the inhibitor, we still have both of our turrets. They're not going to be, even though I died, that's not the end of the world. The one thing to note about this mode is you can't buy until you die. But dying isn't always a bad thing, because you get more items, and one of the things to avoid is not dying for an especially long time. Gold does not equal power until you can actually spend it. Okay, so you want to make sure that you can spend the money. After I get up at the end of the game, yes, they are able to push down on us. The thing is, we're all at full health. They're not. Basically, that means on our tug of the, it's like a tug of war again. One team is pushing down, the other team pushes back. One team pushes down, the other team pushes back. It's really about how many objectives you can take on each push. We have more life than them. We're basically able to push right through and basically go right for the Nexus. Just because we're all together, their tank basically really gets melted, and he has to go after me. Again, he's going after the support, which doesn't do much damage, and supports kind of have the ability to protect themselves. So eventually the Garen is able to get in the middle of them, do a lot of damage, and kill them off, and basically we're able to push for the win. This has been Glenn MacEachern with ARAM. This is a really fun mode. I suggest people do it, especially if you're just starting out. It's a good way to learn how to team fight. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.